Chapter 5, Mishnah 3. Having mentioned that a utensil may not be used to hold mechatas unless it is dried of mikveh water, the Mishnah discusses whether mechatas may be made in a utensil that has mikveh water absorbed in its walls. In the Mishnah's first case, a person is immersing a utensil that is tahor, so that it can be used for mechatas. If the dried shell of a gourd was immersed by someone in water that is not fit to sanctify mechatas, i.e. water of a mikveh, one may sanctify mechatas in the shell after drying off the drops of mikveh water, even though the walls of a gourd shell are absorbent. We are not concerned that they absorbed mikveh water and it will seep out into the mechatas. However, this is permitted only until the shell becomes tameh. If it becomes tameh, one may no longer sanctify mechatas in it, even after it is immersed and made tahor. This is because when the shell becomes tameh, the water absorbed in its walls become tameh as well. Even after the shell is immersed, the water in the walls remains tameh, since this absorbed water does not come into contact with the mikveh or spring that purifies the shell. Although we are not concerned about mikveh water seeping out of the shell's walls, we are concerned about tameh water seeping out of the walls and mixing with mechatas. Therefore, this shell may not be used for mechatas. The next Tana disagrees. Rabbi Yeshua says if a person may sanctify mechatas in the shell at the start, i.e. before it became tameh, without concern that mikveh water will seep out of the walls, then he may also sanctify mechatas in the shell at the end, i.e. after it became tameh and was immersed. He does not need to be concerned about tameh water seeping out of the walls. And if he may not sanctify mechatas in the shell at the end, i.e. after it became tameh and was immersed, because he must suspect that tameh water will seep out of the walls, then he also may not sanctify mechatas in it at the start, i.e. before it became tameh, because he must suspect that mikveh water will seep out of the walls. In other words, there is no reason to differentiate between mikveh water and tameh water. If we are concerned about water seeping out of the walls, we should be concerned in every case. And if we are not concerned, we should never be concerned. Rabbi Yeshua continues, stating his ruling. Rather, either way, whether the gourd shell was immersed before it became tameh or after it became tameh, one may not place sanctified water into it, nor may one prepare mechatas in it, because we are always concerned that the water absorbed in the walls will seep out and invalidate mechatas.